What is going on, everyone? Trust the buzz here. If you're new to the channel, I make Charlotte Hornets content, so if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Sorry, I'm doing this really fast because I'm doing it on my lunch break for work. But I had to talk about this. I didn't want to wait till later, so sorry there's not going to be the edit. Sorry, it's not going to be like the typical video you're used to. Please forgive me, but just know I'm trying to get this out in a timely manner because I know you are looking for my thoughts, other people's thoughts, all of that. So I'm going to basically just read you this ESPN article from Woj and then kind of just give my thoughts on the whole thing, being a Charlotte Hornets fan and everything like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, I'm gonna read this first and we can talk about what I want to talk about after. So it says here, Michael Jordan has agreed to sell his majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets to a group led by Gabe Plotkin and Rich Schnall for an approximately $3 billion valuation, according to league sources. The transaction ends Jordan's 13-year run as majority owner. Now, real quick about that, we only made the playoffs twice and lost in the first round in both of those, while one series was a 7-game series. Still, making it only twice in 13 years is not good, and then not making it past the first round is also not good. So that is one thing I'll say about Michael Jordan, but I really quick want to talk about the positive. He's done a lot for the city of Charlotte. He's done a lot for the state of North Carolina. That is something that I feel like no one will talk about. Woj doesn't see that. Lowe doesn't see that. It doesn't make them bad reporters. It doesn't make them bad people. They don't see it. But I do want to give Michael Jordan his flowers, because while the team has not been where we would want them to be, obviously, still he's done a lot for the city. But we're here to talk basketball, and basketball-wise, has not done much. So now as we continue reading, Schnall, a minority owner with the Hawks, and Plotkin, a minority owner with the Hornets, will become the franchise governors once the NBA completes its vetting and approval process. Jordan will continue to oversee basketball operations through next Thursday's NBA draft and the start of free agency on July 1st. Once the sale is complete, Jordan will keep his minority stake and maintain a presence with the franchise. And then talks about Michael Jordan basically. I don't think I see anything here. We can go right here real quick. Jordan sold a significant minority stake to Plotkin, founder and chief investment officer of Melvin Capital, and Daniel Shadim, I don't know how to pronounce that, founder and chief investment officer of D1 Capital in 2020. Shadim, I said Sunheim, I don't know, is part of the group purchasing the Hornets, sources say. Two people I want to add to that: Eric Church, J. Cole are also part of the purchasing group of the Hornets. So I think we can skip all this. You can read this. I'll have this here, but I'm just going to talk. I think what's big about this, nobody in this, from what I understand, are basketball guys. Nobody. They're all business people of some kind. Eric Church, as much as of a music artist he is, you still have to be a business person at the end of the day. J. Cole, much of a music person he is, You gotta have a business mindset. I've said this in my video, which I'll put the link up here maybe. I've said this before. Good business people, even when they venture into things they're not familiar with, and while it's just Schnall is, he's a minority owner of the Hawks, and then Plotkin has been a minority owner for the Hornets for a while. They're not basketball people, but good business people, they're going to surround themselves with people who are familiar with the area they venture into. So while they may not be, Michael Jordan played and he was one of the greatest players of all time, if not the greatest player of all time. That's true. But when you have someone that's a good business person, and I don't know these people personally, I'm just hoping they're good business people for the sake of the franchise, for the sake of the city, for the sake of the state. But good business people are going to surround themselves with people who are already in that area and who have already succeeded in that area. I think it's going to be a lot of like what we saw with the Carolina Panthers. If you watch football or you're a Carolina Panther fan, you saw they got rid of Matt Rule, and then they just put veteran coaches, veteran assistants, everything around that team to help build a culture. And you can see it in the offseason, in OTAs, or mini camps, whatever. You can see it. You can see how this team feels, the Panthers I'm talking, feel significantly different than they did last year, than they have in years past. That is something I can see with the Hornets. Now, do they have the money that the owner of the Panthers have? And I can't remember his name right now. Do they have that money? I don't know. He has a lot of money. He got a lot of bread. But I think if they want a successful team, which, I mean, one thing I think that they will also understand, a successful team will bring money. So if they want a successful team, they will surround this team with veterans. It probably won't happen this year. Don't look for Steve Clifford to get fired, Mitch Kupchak to get, no, it's something, it might not even happen next year. It may happen the year after, but I think they're going to surround this franchise with veteran leadership in the front office, and that's where we need it the most. The players, they're going to get older. They're going to see things. We do need veteran players for sure, but we need a veteran presence in the front office. We need people who care. We don't need nobody's friend. We don't need nobody's roommate. We don't need any of that. We just need the best mind that we can afford to get in basketball and put them all in a collective, and then boom, let's put out the team. Because while your talent can only take you so far, even if you have a great team, if your front office is straight trash, it's going to affect your team. So I think the talent's going to get there. We have LaMelo. Miles Bridges is coming back. Mark Williams is looking like he's going to be a stud. You're going to bring in Scoot Henderson or Brandon Miller. At this point, I don't care. Both of them, I think, are going to have successful NBA careers. You have the talent just with those four. And then not to mention like guys like PJ and things like that. You have the talent. You have that talent, I think, is going to get better and better and better. But you got to surround them with people in the front office who care, people in the front office who want to win, people in the front office who really want to do good for the franchise. Now, even if these guys are driven by money, like I said earlier, money, if you win, you will get paid. If you win, people will fill out that arena and you will get paid. So even if they're driven by money, they're going to make money if they win. If the Hornets all of a sudden go to, and this is crazy, I'm not saying this will happen. If the Hornets all of a sudden somehow go to the Eastern Conference Finals, you know how much money they're going to make? How the season tickets for the season after is going to go through the roof? I might even go there, and I don't even live in North Carolina right now. I'm trying to make it back, but it's expensive, especially with home ownership and all that crap. But you're going to make money if you be successful. If you have a successful franchise, you will make your money. So I think that even if these guys, you may say that they don't care about basketball, whatever, I think that they're driven by money. And if they're driven by money, then I know they understand the fact that, hey, if they win, if the Hornets can win, if we can help this franchise win, we will have more money in our pockets. So that's what I got to say about that. I'm excited. Like I said, don't forget anything that Michael Jordan did for the city, for the state, outside of the arena. He's done a lot. I hope he continues to do a lot. I hope that Rich Schnall and Gabe Plotkin understand that was something that was a part of this franchise, was how much they did for the community. And if you want to continue to have that, because people are supporting the Hornets whether they're trash or not. Like, we have the attendance is not amazing, but it's not as bad as teams I've seen that are successful and can't get fans in. People are going to support just because of what this franchise has done for the city, what the franchise has done for the people, and just in general, outside of basketball. So I hope they keep that in mind. That is a big part of this franchise. And I mean, you continue to do that and just get me to the second round of playoffs, I'm happy. We can worry about making the finals, Eastern Conference. We can worry about that later. You get me to the second round of playoffs. You continue to help the people of Charlotte, help the people of North Carolina, help the people of the Carolinas in general, and make it to the second round. I have no complaints. I will not complain. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Sorry that this isn't a really highly produced video, but I really wanted to get this out. I got a long weekend ahead of me in a good way. So me and my wife, we're doing a lot of things this weekend. So I'm sorry that, like I said, this video isn't typical, but let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Like I said, don't forget anything that the franchise has done outside of basketball wise, long way to go, basketball wise as well. Like I said, these guys are not basketball people, but I do feel like they're going to get the right people in place to help this team be successful. I literally think they're going to pander to LaMelo, that's your moneymaker, and they're going to do whatever else it takes to help this team be successful, and more specifically, LaMelo Ball himself be successful. So there's also news about the Hornets trading the second pick for Zion. I don't think that's going to happen. I can talk about that in another video, maybe, hopefully. But anyway, that does it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.